you so much for waiting. I apologize about that. So, good afternoon, Commission. My name is John Vargas, and I am the new Executive Director for the New City School. I joined New City back in July of 2014 because I instantly fell in love with the school when I walked through its doors. The school has a rich history, a warm and loving learning environment, a research-based dual language model, unparalleled parent support, and highly qualified and committed staff. The school was formed in 2000 in embodying the spirit of the Charter Schools Act, being a small community-based charter created by parents to fill a void for dual language education and access in the community. We serve a diverse student population with students of varying ethnicities and learning abilities. Opening to much success, the school was encouraged by charter school growth advocates to replicate and incentivized to rapidly expand. The school added a second campus and a high school in a short period of time. This, coupled with the California economic downturn, did cause the school to struggle. Recognizing these difficulties, the board and leadership made strategic decisions to strengthen its original vision of being a small, community-based charter school by making the difficult decision to consolidate its campuses and close its high school. Further improvements continue to be made to ensure the school's future success academically and operationally. I do want to take time to highlight some of the academic data that you have in your packets you have previously received that show our improvements. Our CST scores, while modest, and we do recognize that, do show that the school is on an upward trajectory, both school-wide and in subgroups. Also, our DRA, DWA data shows that the students have shown growth both by grade level and by subgroups. Lastly, CASI data that's provided shows that New City 8th grade graduates are actually passing at a higher pass rate for ELA 4 out of 5 years, and in math for the most recent year compared to Long Beach Unified. Additionally, we also show that their average scores are higher both in ELA and math. Additional measures of strength also show that 91% of our students were accepted into competitive entry high school programs in Long Beach, and 92% parent participation rate, which is very high compared to many schools that require actual parent hours, and we don't require that. We also have a low suspension rate, and we have a safe school environment. Addressing some of the fiscal concerns that were cited in the review, I have provided, you'll show right now, that we've combined the finances of the LLC and our charter, and we do show that we are actually increasing in our reserves. Also, here's a slide. It shows our reserves combined with our LLC and our nonprofit organization do show that we do have positive net growth for the years in our projections. Also, we're consolidating our finances and making sure that we work towards consolidating our property and operating loans, which have not been ignored in the reports, but that information has been provided, will allow us to work with extended interest rates and extended loan repayment periods, which will help solidify our operational and financial goals. And here, again, you see our consolidated budget. Addressing the concern regarding PERS, I do point out that in our budget, it was at 12.6% rate, while the actual rate released was 11.847%, so that's addressed. It's actually, we budgeted more conservatively. And our health and welfare benefits, while slightly overstated by a material amount of $17,000, would be absorbed by our bottom line in our projections. And we continue to focus on continuous improvement, implementing our progress, continuing on implementation of our dual language enrichment model, and we're actually partnering with the Accelerated School led by Jonathan Williams on that specific model. We share that model in common for dual immersion. Our continued implementation of Readers and Writers Workshop, and cognitively guided instruction implementation for math. We're also beginning exploration of the IB program, which is very closely aligned actually to our model of constructivism and social justice. And we are beginning the WASC accreditation process because we do want to continue growing in high standards throughout the future. So many prominent in governance, we have the new data-driven executive director. I was tutored by Laura McGowan Robinson, who is now with the Charter Schools Association. We always talked about data-driven instruction. We are also expanding our board to add varying expertise in legal, fiscal, and curriculum. And we will be continuing our board development and strategic planning with the Charter Schools Development Center and Board on Track. We do have many prominent educators and leaders that support the New City School because they understand our school's role within our community. And you have the packet of list of the supporters that support our school. Our school continues to receive the support of former Long Beach Superintendent and former State Board member Carl Cohn, and many city council members and community-based organizations, as well as prominent state officials like Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom and Senate President Pro Tempore Kevin De Leon. Also, I do want to point out that all three of the lawyers on the LA County Office of Education Board who are keenly interested in matters of access and choice support the New City School. Of course, some of the most important stakeholders are our parents who continue to support the school and continue to enroll their children in New City, even with this uncertain renewal period. All of our stakeholders are fully invested in ensuring the school's continued success, from our board, to our leadership, to our staff, to our parents and community supporters. I personally look forward very much to working with the CDE and SB as our partners and working towards continuous improvement in the future. I'm happy to address any particular questions you have. I do have my board chair and legal counsel who will be speaking, but I also want you to have an opportunity to listen from the most important stakeholders, which are our students, parents, and staff.
Thank you. Why don't we continue with the presentation and we may have some clarifying questions. That's great, thanks.
Hi. I'm Madeline Holler. I'm a longtime New City parent, and I'm also chair of the board of directors. I was elected by our parents and also by the board to sit and lead us this year. I speak for the board in this amazing community who took the day off of work and drove all night to get up here to show how committed we are to keeping this school open so that the parents in Long Beach and our downtown neighborhood have a real and meaningful choice for how kids are educated, how their kids are educated. Because of where our school is located, a majority of New City parents don't have a lot of options in life for affordable housing, neighborhood safety, and crucially, what kind of school they get to send their kids to. New City is a choice that we're here to protect. I first enrolled my daughter in our school because classes were taught in Spanish, but we stayed around for the constructivist model. New City is a different way of teaching and learning for sure, and when the new Common Core standards came down and we learned about them, we were sort of like, oh wait, that's what we're doing. New City had been focused on that kind of approach for its 15 years and also doing it in 2 languages. And as John explained, we had tremendous success before we attempted to expand. We got back on track with our old system just as the new system was coming in. So closing us now would really be a slap in the face to our teachers who've studied how to faithfully implement Common Core, and a slap to students who are already deep in the middle of our K-8 program. It's a slap to parents who know what they're doing when they send their kids to New City. These guys had no control over this gap year in the data or the fact that the data is based on standards that have now been abandoned by the state and kind of the nation. Our former authorizer, who we know are here today, they're convinced we're damaging New City students. But come on, moms are the first to know if any harm is being done to their kids. And the New City moms here will tell you that they know the opposite is true and that also the district data proves it. John told you about our high school exit exam data, but it also shows that the district loves getting our kids. We know that because 90% of them get accepted into the competitive entry high school college prep programs that are in the district. And those are based on personal essays, their state test scores, and the grades they get at New City.